Wow. Wow, man. Wow, just wow. You already know who it is. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Painful Excellence Podcast. And wow. Wow, wow, wow. I was at work. My phone was going off like crazy. And whenever it's like that, something big's happening. Normally it's for two reasons. Something happening big in boxing, or just something like that's news. Some things, because people know what I'm interested in. One thing that I always hope that it's not is this death. On any level, and let me be clear, because there's a lot of people that I don't like. On any level. If I don't like you and you don't like me, I just hope you just go away and just do your thing and stop talking about people. You know, when Wood Stay Real died, and I got that news right before I went to Vegas, I said, oh man, that's fucked up. Because what I do know is that he was a father. He might have been an absolute douchebag online, but I'm sure his daughter loved him, because his daughter was the one that went on his YouTube and broke the news. unknown to her, she probably didn't know what he did. But that's not for her to know. It's done. It's over with. We move on. Now, let me just say what's up to everyone in the chat real quick. Jeff, what up? Mr. Shelton, Diana Brand, salute, sis. Mount Samusa, salute. Young World, love is the word. Steve L, what up? Queen, what's up? No doubt. Woke, what's good? Stormy, what up? Big Texas, King Corleone, Phenomenal Mexican, DOG, Hard Body, J. Timo, salute. DP Rocker, what up? This is tragic. Now, first and foremost, for those of you that don't know who this man is, his YouTube channel is still up. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I don't know how any of this works. I don't know. He's a smart man. He probably had his estate set up a certain way. I don't know. But he just did a live stream last night. I watched it. I was supposed to go live last night, but I got home. Like I told you, my hours at my job is changing. The only thing I could do is keep my mornings, but my evenings is compact. And I said I'm too tired to do it. So when I'm just winding down, I just turn on Kevin. And I was just listening to him. There's no competition. That man would go live. He'll have 9,000 people in his chat, and then he'll go live at the same time on his Instagram, which was also monetized. He'll have another 5,000 people in. This man was incredible. This man was incredible. And I had looked forward to meeting him. The Village Brothers, salute. I'm not gonna, drop too many gems, but I was making my way into putting myself in a position where I could meet with him and have a conversation. I'm not going to drop too many gems, but, I know, let's just say I know people. Like how 1 minute, some of us have a boxing channel, and then the next minute, we're in Deontay Wilder's penthouse suite watching them hit pads with Malik. Shit like that. So I was on the verge of, because people started asking questions behind the scenes. I tell y'all people, in boxing, y'all be surprised who I speak to behind the scenes in the industry. I told y'all before, the PBC follows me on Instagram. So when I say certain things, it comes from a place of knowledge. In this case, I had no idea. Somebody reached out to me behind the scenes, and then they sent me a picture. Yeah, you're doing good work, and this is who I know, and this guy knows this guy knows this guy, and he, is close with Mr. Samuels. And I said, oh, okay, well, that's great. Well, look, I am not in any position to be rubbing elbows with people like that yet. In other words, I'm saying I'm just earning my spot. I'm earning my rank in this, I guess they call it a manosphere, I guess. I'm LDBC. You know what I'm saying? But what I am saying is that a lot of brothers out there that are talking about things that I tell y'all all the time that men were reduced to just talking about it in barbershops and on basketball courts amongst ourselves. And when women walk up, we would have to change our conversation because it would turn into an argument in which they would be dominating. We'd had no voice. None. And I noticed that change decades ago. Because whenever we had a voice, we would be chauvinistic. We'd be painted with a broad brush. Chauvinistic. If we spoke up, we hated our mothers, or we were closet homosexual. They did it to the man on the screen. Oh, he's gay. He likes boys. Every rumor in the world was made about him. And I tell all these women, and I'll tell it to them now, because I'm not on Twitter. I can only imagine the hating ass women and some of the hating ass dudes talking about, oh, good for him. Oh yeah. Look, ladies, to the dudes, I'm not even gonna pay y'all any mind because y'all are betas to the fullest. Ryan White, salute. But to the women, just because this man has passed on, y'all dumb bitches still ain't getting married. Not with that attitude. And I'll say what I say to everybody. You don't like his message? Prove him wrong. You know what I get? Oh, I don't like his tone. Oh, he sounds condescending. Well, you know what? I don't care. I don't care how he sounds. It don't matter. Sometimes, guess what? Many of you been to the military. You've been screamed at. You've been told what to do. And I'm sure you looked at the drill sergeant and be like, damn, well, he didn't have to scream at me. I was going to do it. That's his job. And you know what? Facts over feelings, man. If you got thin skin, get over that shit. This man was a gem. Ridiculous. I know, JT, I'm looking at it now, man. You know, people are, they celebrate death. When people, and see, this is how you know you've made it. You know you've made it when you got the gay rumors. You know you've made it. And I'm talking about malicious rumors. Those all malicious. When you start talking about women and you pointing out the flaws, what do women do? They go on the offensive. You got to be gay. You got to hate your mother. You have to be molested when you was a kid. You ain't got no money. You got a small penis. All kinds of things. Yeah. But prove him wrong. Because all of those women that would get on his show and talk all that negative shit in the world, he would narrow them down and ask simple questions, and they end up looking stupid. And I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about the majority of the ones that will call him up and will go into the show and try and debate him down. It never worked. Oh yeah, JT-Mo, you know what? The dudes, I'll just ignore their ass. Because those niggas a lot of them got criminal records. They got several baby mamas. They ain't married. Antoine, what up? They ain't married. I was watching the show, and what the women don't understand. I got put on to Kevin early last year. And what I like to do when someone has content, I like to go into their page, D-Man Salute, and I like to scroll down and see their beginnings. A lot of motherfuckers don't know. The first couple of years, he was addressing the men. He wasn't even on the women like that. The women wanted that attention, and they hijacked the show, and he started putting them in their place. And that's when he got famous. I just saw something written about him on WBLS. They referred to him as misogynistic. Misogynistic? Misogynistic? That's what you say? You know what they don't? Johnny Q, what up? You know what they don't? Yeah, Antoine, he was getting at the dudes first. Go check his page. Go scroll all the way down. You might be scrolling down until like maybe 2019, 2020. He was ruthless on the men. He had dudes calling up there, yo, man, black women ain't shit. He's like, hold on now. Why black women ain't shit, sir? Oh, they blame me for everything. They blame black men for everything. Okay, well, prove your case. We know that some black women blame men for everything. But prove your case. How does that apply to you? What do you do for a living? Well, I'm a musician. And I drive Lyft or something that dude said. He was like, wait a minute, what? What's your career? He didn't have a career. He made below $30,000 a year. I think he lived at home with his mother. But he wanted a woman on a certain level. My man, you don't qualify for a woman on a certain level. You see what I'm talking about? You're supposed to be a provider as a man. And you work your rinky-dink jobs and you play in a band, you're not paying the bills, you don't know what your income is going to be every month. Are you supposed to take care of a woman? So first 3 years of this YouTube shit, he was getting at the men and telling the men to get it together. Because we're the head of the household, right? We're supposed to be providers, right? So how you not a provider, but you want a bad bitch? By our standards, someone that looks good, smells good, fit, feminine, friendly, as he put it. You want all of that, but you're only making $30,000 a year. You don't have a steady job. You don't have a career. You don't have a retirement plan. You don't have a pension. Your credit score is in the toilet, but you supposed to take care of a woman? It don't go like that. Nobody even knew about the first 3 years of what this man was doing. They didn't even know about it. Thank you, Mansa. He says, that's how I found him, getting on black dudes And when they went to a woman, basically the black people as they hold no hate. No, bro, bro, bro. Listen, I found him after that viral video he did, and I said, "Who's this dude?" Because he put Shorty in place. I found his YouTube channel. Tom, Shauna, what up? Reef, my brother, what up? And I scrolled down all the way to the bottom when he was doing it in his apartment, and he had like lesser equipment. You know what I'm saying? And like 50 videos or more, he was talking to dudes and giving it to them. I'm like, well, you know, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. But you know when he went viral? When he told that chick about herself. Average at best. That was the viral video. That's when I saw it. P.E.P, salute. I said, oh, whoa, whoa. I said, listen, he ain't saying nothing wrong, and she needed to hear it. And then what do you think happens? Women, feminists, came at him. I got to get the sisters back. And night after night, day after day, it was a domino effect of shit. It was a domino effect. All these women calling him up, trying to challenge him. And he slayed every last one of them with logic. From the hood rats, when they couldn't deal with him, they just start cursing. Oh, suck. Some chick called up and said, suck my dick. A woman said, suck my dick. A woman said that. Well, go ahead and prove him wrong. Then another chick, oh, you gay, you like boys. And okay, well, you lost that. Lose. This man was undefeated. And to the women that, because you know what I was reading a lot. Oh, he can make a point, but I don't like his approach. What do you mean his approach? Is he on now? Look, now family, only y'all in the chat will know what I'm about to say. All right. If every time a chick got on his show and he barked on him and he initiated the barking and he was cursing him out like how BFTB cursed out a troll, then I'd be like, all right, he kind of like ODing. But he gives the energy like BFTB. Now, peep the scenario. I said if he initiated the beef, BFTB doesn't initiate it. But Kevin and BFTB gives it out how it's received. That's it. That's all Kevin would do. He's very respectful. He didn't want you to talk over him. And his platform was open to any and everybody. And this man was sharp. Look at how he's dressed. He was against the bonnets. Just like he said, yo, men, you got to start walking around the street with do-rags on. I wear do-rags, but guess where I'm going? Whenever I got off my live, put in the chat where I said I was going. When I got off my live streams, put in the chat. I don't walk around the street for a fashion statement wearing a fucking do-rag. I'm going somewhere. I have a boxing channel. Drew Titan, thank you, Hardbody. Thank you. Whenever I'm done with my live streams, if I'm not running out the door to go to work, I'm going to the fucking gym. It's not a fashion statement, y'all. Now, I have a sports channel. Boxing, health and wellness. Sometimes. So you dress accordingly. I wear a fitted cap with my logo on it now. On this channel, I tone it down. My first channel, my first broadcast, I had on my vest and my blue shirt. Hell, I might start wearing suits again. Who knows? But I'm dressing casual for this channel. You have to wear multiple hats. Y'all know what that means. This man brought class to what he was doing. And to my surprise, when I found him, I said, I'm going to subscribe to this brother, man. I like what he's doing. Because he's saying what I already knew. And then in my algorithm, all these other brothers started popping up. all these other brothers started popping up. I'm like, well, who's this? And who's this? And then a couple of the ladies started popping up. And I said, well, let me check her out. I'm saying, oh, shit. Let me check her out. Oh, shit. So when I hear these people, women in particular, when they say, oh, I just don't like his tone, it's condescending, and I don't like how he talked to that woman. I'm telling you, I'm like, yo, y'all did not watch his program. Now, fellas, what happens when you're trying to explain something to a woman sometimes? Not all women do this. Do they not try and scream and overtalk you? Yo, listen, babe, it's not this, it's this. And I'm just, no, but I'm telling you that. No. And all he was saying was, this is my show. We're having a conversation. Don't overtalk me. Now it's his show. Omega Red, salute. It's his show. All right? If he has to make a point, he's going to make a point. Okay? And that's all it is. Respect the show. Nobody will go on the Arsenio Hall show and try and out-talk him. It's his show. They didn't do it to Johnny Carson. Yeah, I went back on y'all. You don't out-talk the host of the show. It don't go like that. The way he conducted himself, the way he dressed, he was an image consultant. To call him misogynistic was just complete and total bullshit. When you call him, he wasn't misogynistic or he wasn't a fuck nigga when he spent the first 2 years telling the men how to be better, because none of the women disagreed with him. In the moment he had that viral moment, average at best, that video, all these women start coming out, oh man, cancel him. Cancel him for what? And I'm going to tell you something. Rest his soul. But his work here was done. Because I just told you all of this shit that popped up on my algorithm, right? I can't even tell you how many other brothers I started following. There's a channel, Mediocre Tutorials. Follow him. O'Shea Duke Jackson. Poor Man's Podcast. There's a list of brothers I started and sisters that understand what we're saying. There's a sister named Dee Dee. She does live streams every now and again. There's another sister named Pink Book Lessons, the lead attorney. All of these people popped up on my algorithm and counting, which means his message got out and his work is going to be echoed. So to all of you low-life crab in the barrel ass dudes that are celebrating this man's death, shame on you. You dudes are corny. You dudes are corny. You dudes are corny. Yeah, O'Shea hasn't said anything yet. Man, this is tough, man. Well, the thing with O'Shea Anton is that, you know, he has 2 channels and he addresses the entertainment industry and he gives his opinion, which is something that everybody does. It's like TMZ. He does that, and then he addresses what Kevin Samuels addresses. So I ain't got no problem with him. Dude, on guard, I couldn't tell you half the shit going on in the entertainment industry because I don't know half these people. It's just not my thing. You know, the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett and Chris Rock thing popped up. That shit was everywhere. But all of those people have been around for over 25 years. That's the only reason why I know them. But all these other people, and, you know, I know who Lizzo is or whatever. You know, whatever, man. But what I'm saying is all of these brothers are on the same wavelength. Kevin Samuels have left his mark. You know why? Because he's trending and everyone's talking about him in depth. And to the brothers that were about something, all he did was come around and he helped everyone. Cop Killer, salute. Yeah, he has 2 channels, Anton. I subscribed to both of them, and I looked at the title one day. I said, did he change the title of his? No, he legitimately has 2 channels. I said, oh shit. Yeah. I appreciate you, Jeff, for real. I mean, this is sad. And I know a lot of people, they didn't like him. The same rules apply. Turn the fucking channel. I identified with him. And I was looking forward to, once I get, what you guys got to understand about me is y'all be amazed about the things that I had an opportunity to do on this YouTube thing. Y'all be amazed at who reached out to me, who noticed my work, which blew my mind. Like, huh? Y'all will be amazed. I just don't say anything because I don't like the name drop. 78 knows, though, because I'm loyal like that. I'll call him right on the phone. Yo, did you know so-and-so, so-and-so? He'd be like, yes or no. Like, yo, well, he just hit me up. She just hit me up. Word, what do you want? Well, they wanted da-da-da-da. Word, yeah. Well, what you want to do? Not a goddamn thing. I'm chilling. I'm good. I told him I appreciate it, though. Y'all will never know. But when I tell you it's LDBC or nothing, I really mean that. When I'm giving y'all gems every day. This started out the Lions Den boxing community. Salute to 78, the general. It is now the Lions Den broadcast community. It's still LDBC boxing community. But I told him it's morphed into the broadcast community. Look at what Cece's doing. Her channel is nothing to do with boxing, but look at what she's doing. Look at who's powering her. Detroit, what up? So many things, so many opportunities. Ticket is live right now. He's been around forever. Lions Den basketball community. We're doing so much. The branches are spreading out. And this is my second little rinky-dink channel, and I did not know I was getting noticed like that. I'm not going to name drop, but somebody could reach out to me just to tell me, yo, good job. And I'm like, yo, what? I said, thanks. Shit. And I'm still going to end up rubbing elbows with the brothers that I mentioned because apparently 2 of them saw my work and was like, yo, big ups to you. And they rub elbows with this man. I said, oh, shit. So I'm just still paying my dues. But here's what you guys understand. If people like, trust, and respect you, they're going to fucks with you. And what I do here is not for clicks. Clicks are fun, but it's not for clicks. When I get on here, that's why I started another channel, because what I want to talk about here has nothing to do with boxing. And sometimes I got to get away from it. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to give you proof of that. Everybody here is probably subscribed to Carsino. Remember Carsino? He was live today. I'm still subscribed to him. I've been subscribed to Carsino as long as I've been subscribed to 78. Going on 12, 13 years now. Carsino don't even talk about boxing anymore. Y'all notice that? He's talking about NBA ball. He's talking about, he might talk, if it's a big fight in boxing, he might mention it. But Carsino was a boxing channel. He used to have Bob Arum on the phone on there. Somehow he's cool with Floyd, like he knows him personally. He talks what's going on in the entertainment industry now. Maybe some NBA. He stopped fucking with boxing. So I said, you know what? There might come to a point down the road where I'm so pissed off with boxing, I'm going to give it a break. And what I really want to talk about will be over here. You understand? So I said I have to spread out my branches now. And I appreciate y'all because this channel's growing. It's a slow cook. Soon this channel's going to get monetized, and I'm still going to have guests on here, and you never know who's going to pop up in here. But what I was happy to see was that Kevin was not alone in this struggle. Because it's a struggle, y'all. King Corleone, salute. It's a struggle. Would you agree that the black household is fucked up right now? Would you agree that women are out of order? Would you agree that men are out of order? Would you agree that when you have two people that are out of order, male and female, what you have is chaos? Would you agree to that? Would you agree that this chaos is enabled by what the government has planned over decades? And what do we got to show for it? A bunch of sensitive ass young adults running around here with guns shooting each other over a mama joke. The worst, when I was coming up, over a mama joke was a fist fight. Now motherfuckers say, I'll be right back. They go home, get the pistol, come out, and it gets the dumping on the whole block. And hit everybody but the motherfucker they were shooting at. Story time. Right now as we speak, I had two situations back to back. Two women I know. I don't know if I mentioned this or not the other day, but it's worth repeating. First situation, an old co-worker of mine, all right? She has a 15-year-old daughter. And have a good night, Anton. I appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir. It's okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. Her daughter's, 15 years old. She knows it all. Having problems in school and all kinds of weird shit. The daughter says, yeah, I'm hungry. She says, well, go in the kitchen. There's food and go make something to eat. I don't want what's in the fridge. She said, well, I don't know what to tell you. Snatches her mother's wallet off the table. Something happened like that. Anyway, she got a hold of the wallet and went to go out the door. So she gets up and says, no, give me the wallet. She tries to go around her mother to leave. A scrap happens. They end up scratching each other's faces up. The police were called. Long story short, my homegirl goes down. She got a misdemeanor charge and a restraining order. No, order protection. Her daughter got an order protection on her. The father now has custody of the daughter. Now, as long as I've known her, she's like, yo, her father's not involved. And I keep telling her about how the daughter always turning up on me and he's blaming me. Well, it's something you're doing. And I say, well, why don't you, tell him to get involved? He has to go over there and take his daughter and, discipline her. This is why men are important, y'all. Well, now the daughter has to live with the father now. And I told my homegirl, I said, look, you did the best you could for 15 years and you weren't hiding what was going on in the household. You was telling him and asking him for help. But you know what he did tell her? After everything, now mind you, she spent the weekend in jail, right? Well, in bookings. All right? She spent like 2 days there. Now she got a misdemeanor and an order of protection from the daughter. Daughter kept calling her phone, and I said, yo, block her, man. You did the best you could. Now, here's the deal. You could love her, but you got to love her enough to let her go. Let her father. Her father has her now. And the only conversation her father had with her now is, guess what? Well, we got to work out the child support now because I've been paying you X amount of dollars, and now I got her. And I said, yo, listen, sometimes you got to pay to play. If you got to pay him the child support now, let him do it. But now, you got yourself your own apartment to yourself. It'll be clean. You ain't got to worry about her chasing her out the door to make sure she get to school on time. No. Now he's going to know what the fuck you was going through. And he can't call you because the whole time you've been communicating this shit with him, he was blaming you. Now, hopefully, you don't want him to fail just to make yourself right because you know what you went through. You hope that being that she's there with her father, you hope that that's the change she needed because now it puts him in a position where he has to get involved. You want this thing to work. But if it doesn't, now he'll see what you're talking about. And y'all have to co-parent and work on a strategy on how to make the girl better. That's called teamwork. Y'all failed at a relationship, that's fine. Y'all do not need to fail that fucking girl. And I had to explain that to her. I said, enjoy your freedom, but call him and say, well, how she's doing, because you don't need to talk to her now. And maybe when she grows out of it in the next 3 to 5 years, she'll understand that she was being a jerk. Come on now. You got a misdemeanor now. You're a working woman giving this girl everything and she wants to snatch your wallet? Get out of here, man. That failed. That failed. And it's nothing you did. And I told her, she was beating herself up over it. And I said, it's nothing you did. She's 15. She knows right and wrong. She's going through something. They gave it a name now. Everything that's wrong with these kids, they give a name to. ODD or something. Offspring, deficit disorder, something, whatever the fuck it is. I said, look, man, tomato, he has it now. So you call him once every other day and find out what the status is. Did she make it to school on time? And y'all work out the child support. If y'all don't want to go to the courts, fine. All right, but I told her, I recommend you go to the courts and say, you know, I had a situation, he has custody now. I have to pay support. What am I paying? That's it. You'll be fine. A week later, another friend of mine, female friend. Hey, Phenomenal Mexican, guess where both of these girls are from? Just put it in the chat. Go ahead. Guess where they're both from? I'm gonna wait. Only Phenomenal Mexican knows. Yep. They're both from Brooklyn. You know what's bugged out? They don't know each other, and they are in walking distance of each other. It was like the craziest thing. I was hanging with my old coworker one night, and I said, yo, my old homegirl, she live around the corner from you. She said, who? What's her name? I told her name. She said, I don't even know her. She said, I don't like be around here. I don't like hang around here. And my other homegirl said the same shit. 502 King, what up? She was like, yeah, they said the same thing. She's like, yeah, I don't be around here like that. So I'm talking to my other homegirl, and she hit me up. She was like, yo, I had to move to the Bronx. I'm up by you now. I'm like, what do you mean you moved? She said, I had a situation. And when I say she moved close, she moves close. She moved close. And I said, yo, what you doing all the way up here? And she said, well, are you busy today? Because I need to go for a walk. I said, I'll meet you outside. So I had to run some errands for my mother. And I'm walking to the store. And boom, there she is. And she's up here. She's staying with a fella, ex-boyfriend of hers. And I guess they're trying to work it out. But that's not the problem. So 3 of us are walking. And I'm like, well, what's going on? And she just burst out into tears. And homie looks at me. He's like, yeah, man, I've been, dealing with this all week. I'm like, well, what happened? Her son had an ongoing beef with a dude that was about 36 years old. Her son is 19. No, I'm sorry. He just turned 20. Why are you beefing with a 36-year-old man? I don't know. But what she described, this dude was one of those grown adolescent dudes. He's out in the street running around. TC, what up? Running around getting into like ridiculous stuff. And long story short, there's an ongoing beef between her son and this dude. And, her son's friend, sounds like, based off what she told me, he enabled the bullshit. And he was going inside the store, and dude ran up behind her son and cut him on the face. And then tried to dip. When he stepped out the store and looked around, he was hiding behind these two people standing there. They turned around looking like, yo, what are you doing? Her son had a gun on him. Pulled it out. The dude scattered. And he's standing there like in the crouch position. He shot him one time and walked off. Turns back around, shoots him about 3 or 4 more times, and then walks off. So I told homegirl, I said, listen, if he had shot him once, and dude died in the hospital. Right? Now, if he'd have shot him once and left, and maybe he'd have lived, it would have been he'd have got some time. He shot him, walked away, and then came back. And then when I said, why'd he go back? She said, he told me he thought he missed him. I said, this is horrible. I don't know. I said, he's gonna get hit. You might not see your son face to face like that until he's 29. You might not see him until he's 36. He's gonna have a lot of time to deal with this. So I called up some buddies of mine that work in corrections. I gave him the name. I said, is this kid in there? He said, yeah. He's in RNDC. It's a holding facility on an island for juveniles. He's 20 years old or so, but he's in RNDC and it's hell in there. My brother used to work on that part. And you dealing with those oh man, it's bad. It's all bad. So this is another woman. I've known her for a while now. And this is another woman who, when I did talk to her, her son was always fucking up and she didn't know what to do. And I said, look, I'm going to ask you, where's his father? And it's the same story. He don't do nothing. He's blaming me for him wilding out. I said, well, how often does he see him? No. Yeah, in other words, he's not around. Now, at that point, it was never the time for me to tell her, yo, look, rewind this whole situation. You fucked up that when you had unprotected sex, or whether, you always hear, oh, well, we wore a condom, but the shit broke. Bullshit. When you got pregnant, you knew that this was not your husband, but you kept that seed. So you know what comes with that. Now, that's not to say that married couples don't go through bullshit. That's not to say that. What I'm saying is you gave that man access to your womb. And this is things that I heard Kevin Samuel say. These women give these dudes who ain't worth shit access to their womb and then get mad when shit don't work out. Now you're a single mom, but he's not around. Now watch this. I just found out when I was walking with her and her boyfriend. And I said, oh, once again, I'm going to ask, where's his dad? Is his dad on the island? She said, oh, I haven't spoken to you in a while. I said, no, you haven't. What happened? His dad died like a month ago. I said, what? Yeah, he died. And he was like 44, something like that. She said he got sick and he died. And that kind of fucked him up. So these are the things I'm talking about here. And here's the thing. These aren't just 2 isolated stories. I just told you 2 stories that are similar, and they're not the same, but they're involving people that are not married who have children. The parents are living in 2 different places, and the children are suffering from not having a structured household. Single parents has become normalized. I just told you, Steve Harvey had this lawyer, a black woman in the audience, saying she basically just wants a sperm donor and she don't want a goddamn husband, but she wants a child to raise a child on her own and wants to sign paperwork so the dude could just knock her up or donate the sperm and have her take the sperm, whatever. And when Steve asked her, well, what kind of home did you come from? She came from a 2-parent household. So where's this ideology coming from? that I could do bad all by myself. No, you're making a choice. You don't even know what your relationship status is going to be. You don't even know what it's going to. You even know you don't know anything. So whether and you gotta understand, family, that's a level of dysfunction. This is an educated woman that doesn't have faith in any relationships. Why? Where did that ideology come from? It comes from decades of the system fucking us up. I've spoken about this. I was listening to Kevin Samuels' material. Come to find out, he spoke about it. It blew my mind. I said, I know I wasn't bugging. I know I wasn't bugging. I mentioned it on this show before. It bears repeating. Some of these black women chose the system over having their black men in the house. I can't put it any more simple than that. And when I break it down and explain it to y'all, a lot of people say, well, that's a reach. It's not a reach, man. It's not a reach. This is real spill right here. It is not a reach. We can feed you and we can give you a housing. But the deal is this here. You have to be a broke up single parent. You have to be a single mom. We're going to take care of you. The government is going to take care of you. You don't need no man. Translation, you don't need no black man. Decades of that turns into, we don't need no man. A little more decades of that is, we don't need men at all. We got each other, ladies. Ladies. The feminist movement. We don't need you. I'm not saying education is bad. Nobody's raised to be wives anymore. And guess what? We have 3 decades of single black women. 3 decades of single black women. With that mindset, that's raised kids on their own, the best way that they knew how. But you know how I know they don't have that father influence? Because all of these niggas running around here, these grown men are thinking that they're talking about their grown men. They're all sensitive as fuck. They're all shooting each other. That has increased. It's more than just gang violence. A lot of boys that had real fathers in their house, real fathers kept them out of gangs because they knew what that shit meant. And a lot of these motherfuckers don't even understand the history of gangs. They don't understand the history of the Bloods and the Crips. It wasn't organized crime and taking over your neighborhood and robbing people and going upside the head. No, do you know why the Bloods and Crips were even invented? Same reason why similar reason why the Black Panthers Party was invented. We needed to police ourselves. From what I was told, and from what I seen, the Bloods and Crips were keeping the white folk out of the black neighborhoods. They was running up in the black neighborhoods and beating us up. And of course, it turns into something else years later. This shit is ridiculous. I was more concerned about what my parents would do to me if I got caught doing something fucked up. My father was a police officer of serious rank. And my mother did, I ain't gonna say what she did. Let's just say she worked for the city. And she was well connected. And if I got caught doing something stupid in the street, it looked bad on them. I wasn't worried about getting locked up for something crazy. I was worried about going home. And my parents were divorced, but my father was very much involved in my life. And whatever beef that he had with my mother, that wasn't any of our business, because their business was us and my siblings. Me and my siblings. It's none of our business. Today, you got women on some brainwash shit. Oh, well, you know, women, they were held down all these years. How the fuck do you know? You're 21. Held down for what? From what? Grandma was happy. Your mama was happy, depending on how old she is. These fucking women today don't even, these little girls, I call them little girls, they don't even know how to fucking cook. And when you ask them, yo, look, man, would you make your husband a dinner? What you mean, Oh, well, I gotta cook. He know how to cook. He could did it himself. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to fight with a bitch. Get out of here. These women are not raised to be a wife. Compassionate, considerate. But I bet they want their feet rubbed though, right? So he's supposed to worship the ground you walk on, pay for every fucking thing. And what does he get in return? Attitude. Maybe I'll sweep the floor. Maybe I'll wash the dish. You're just supposed to lay up and get the fuck out of here. That's why these other ethnicities are winning over y'all. I just said this yesterday. The biggest bamboozle I've seen was Beyonce. She's pretty as hell, singing, makes millions of dollars, and all that talent, talking about all the single ladies. Meanwhile, she married to Jay-Z, who cheated on her. Did she leave him? She got her own money, does she not? Can the church get an amen? She got her own money. She's a boss bitch, right? Ugly ass Jay-Z cheated on her. Why didn't she leave, y'all? I'll wait. Why didn't she leave? Meanwhile, you go on Twitter or I've seen copies of all the tweets, and I've seen the Instagram. Oh, girl, I would leave him and take him for half, and oh, fuck that, and yeah. She stayed her ass right there and made a baby. And made a baby. All the single ladies, right? Y'all still single. Y'all single and dancing to what she said? She married to Jay-Z with a child. Make it make sense, y'all. That's right, Jose. She ain't going no fucking where. She knows her place. That's right, I said it. She has her own career. She in the booth. She dropping gems. Talking about lemonade and all kinds of weird shit. Surfboard. He piped her down. And guess what? She could have left. She got her own career. And guess what? So does he. Kevin Samuels is gone now, but y'all bitches still ain't gonna be married. Because you know why? His message is out now. No longer are we reduced. That's right, hard body. Buy a dog and die alone. If you don't like how it's supposed to be, buy a fucking dog and die alone. This man, his message is going to get amplified on his death. He did his job, and it's not going to go away. So all these dumbass bitches that are celebrating and trying to be funny, all these bitch-ass dudes that, you know, beta males running around, oh, yeah. See how you are. You're going to get got, homie. Because those are niggas that are going to be in jail. They ain't going to know what to do when the girl's running up in their shit, spending his money, calling them all kinds of bitch-ass niggas, and going to their TikTok, you know, putting you on blast for being a little bitch. Tried to warn y'all. He tried to warn y'all. And his message is already out there. He done made millions of dollars, and his time was up. That's all. But the message is out there. Now follow me on this, y'all. Yeah, I saw that phenomenal Mexican. I'm gonna do a video about that. Stormy stole the show with that shit. He said dude tried to tackle Dave Chappelle, and when they got done with him, dude's arm looked like Tevin Farmer's eye. Man, I've been laughing all day. I've been laughing all day. You gotta be a boxing head to understand why that's funny. Why is it that older women completely understand where Kevin Sanders is coming from? I sent one. I forgot what I forgot which video. Last year I sent one to my mother. I said, "Listen to this guy." When I saw them, I went to my mom's house. She said, "Yeah, he ain't lying. I don't know what these girls are doing now." Kyla Duke, salute. She said, "I don't know what the older women get it." Do you understand? It wasn't only hood rat bitches that he was talking to. You know how many white women from different countries would call him up for advice? This man was a gem. Now follow me on this. I'm not calling him Jesus, but Jesus was how old when he got nailed to the cross? Was he even 40? Sometimes a person will have a message and they just leave too soon. And you gotta wonder, how much more could he have done? Now, there's gonna be a lot of conspiracy theories brought up, and he was poisoned, or he went to the hospital and they slipped him. We don't know. What did he say? Yeah, cop killer, Jamie Foxx, Busta Rhymes, they beat the shit out that dude. I don't know what dude's deal was. He looked like a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? There you go. There go the sensei right there. Yeah, dude, I was laughing all day, sensei. I was laughing all day. I said, what the fuck? See, when they got done with him, dude's arm looked like Tevin Farmer's eye. I was screaming. What? Nobody else but us would know why that's funny. Shauna, you know why that's funny? I need you to Google Tevin Farmer, boxer. You'll get it. You'll get it immediately. He did, King Corleone, he did look kind of suspect. I don't know why he would run on the stage and do that to Dave Chappelle, though. Well, I hope that shit was worth it. It's 2 seconds. When they got done with him, his fucking arm looked like... You ever took a wire tie off of some bread? A bag of bread? That's how his shit looked. You know, Hardbody, I thought about that today. I said, you know what? For all we knew, he probably knew. How many times he said he was a cancer survivor? He said, apocalypse, man. Oh, my God. How many times you heard him say, I beat cancer? I'm a cancer survivor. And I will say this, a Red Bull a day, I don't know if he would live at least 5 to 6 days a week. This was his job, his full-time job. And I did see him with a Red Bull every day. Every time I saw him live, he would crack a Red. He would get up and go get one. And I don't know what he was sipping on in the glass. I don't know. And look, sometimes things just happen. Oh, word, cop killer, he was? But why the fuck would he run on the stage and try and tackle Dave Chappelle? For what? What the fuck? That was stupid. Yo, listen, he lucky he ain't died. That dude, with his arms, let me tell you something. When I used to do security and somebody would jump on the stage and try and attack whoever was doing something on stage, these local rappers, they do a little show. Sometimes somebody would just run on stage or try and bogart the door. When we get done with them, they look worse than dude. Dude wouldn't be awake. He wouldn't. I'll just say that he wouldn't be awake. One time we did what we had to do, and through dude, to push. You push the door out with the bar. You have to push the door. We battering rammed his shit and threw his ass out. 10 minutes later, we put somebody else out and looked on the ground, and he's still laying there. We was like, oh shit. Did we hit him too hard? I don't know. He's like, yo, when we come back out here, if he's still there, I think we gotta go home. But when we went back out there, he had got up and walked off. It was like 10 minutes. He was still there in the same spot. We was like, oh shit. We hit him too hard. Who did it? Well. Thank you, Stormy. Samuels had purpose. So let me put that up. Let me highlight that. Samuels had purpose. Time to exercise the lessons out of that purpose. Those making fun and celebrating death are already excluded from the next level. Exactly. Exactly. Syria, salute. He's viral. He's viral. And I don't give a shit what people think of him. I know what I thought of him. And I listened to the message. He had all his ducks in a row, and there was no woman that could get on here and out debate him. Because what he said was absolutely true. 100% true. If it was bullshit, I was like, nah, I'd be like, yo, I don't agree with all that. Whatever. Oh, Tyreek said it was an inside job. I don't know, bro. I haven't researched it. Dude had a knife. He gonna get hit with all kinds of felonies on top of that ass whipping. You see that nigga arm? Good for him. Inside job. So some homosexual. Well, you know what? Dave Chappelle told a story about some transgendered person, some white woman that worked with him or something. You could find it. It was a touching story. And she eventually committed suicide. It was like, ooh, man. But it wasn't like, he led her to do that. It was just something crazy. And he wasn't clowning or nothing. He spoke on it. So I don't know what that's about. But see, now we're in an era now. You see what happens? Off the heels of Will Smith smacking the shit out somebody, now you got motherfuckers running on the stage looking for their 2 seconds. You see what I'm saying? You see where we at? One thing because another. Remember the first school shooting? Now we have school shootings at least twice a year. Active shooters. You see what I'm saying? What Kevin Samuels did is he started a conversation that people were scared, that men were scared to have. We all had the same thoughts, but we were like, fuck it. It's on deaf ears. They're supposed to get everything, and we're supposed to suffer in silence, suffer in the dark. And when we crying about it, we're told to man up, pay up, and stop being a bitch. Give me your money, man up, pay up, and you're supposed to accept me with all my roles, my bad hygiene. And if you don't like me, I'm going to label you gay and talk about say that you hate your mother and you got a little dick and you ain't got no money. And we fall under all this abuse by being told to man up. Enough was enough. And not only did he just come out and just say what he said, he backed it up with data and statistics. Once you back it up, isn't that similar to what we do with boxing? Once we back it up with data, statistics, can't fuck with us, and they don't like that. That's why niggas got videos of me, videos of 78, videos of Black, videos of BFTB. They don't like it. You ain't gotta like it. Debunk us though. Some motherfucker jumped on the shit and said, "Oh, Drew, you're lying again." And I'm reading the shit. Okay, yeah. Triple G he wasn't fighting in the amateurs when he was 28 years old. He fought until he was 20, whatever the fuck he said. This nigga really thought I meant 28-year Plat-Boy. What up? I typed in and I also responded to him. I said, yeah, I also said he had 2 million amateur fights. I guess that number was accurate too. My point was, these Europeans stick around the amateurs too fucking long. And then they come over here, like Lomachenko, with 4 fucking fights or 1 fight, and they didn't get a title fight off of a loss. That was my point. See, but he wants to focus in on one thing that he misconstrued. I was being sarcastic about the age, and I was also being sarcastic about the amount of fights he had. Ridiculous. Opera LD, salute. So what I learned on YouTube, there's all kinds of communities. Sean, I'm not roll bashing anybody. I'm just saying, you have women, and no disrespect to Lizzo, I like her. I think she's pretty. She's super talented. But you got women looking like Lizzo, I'm talking about shape-wise, with no talent, 4 different kids from 5 different niggas, and they will get on here and talk about, I need a man that's 8 feet tall, dunk a basketball with $1 million in the bank, and no kids and no baby mama drama. And he got to drive this and da 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 da. And then you say, okay, let's say this guy walks up to you right now. I'm gonna ask you, what are you giving him in return, other than 4 fucking kids? You ask him to come in to be a lover, a fighter, a therapist, an ear, and a stepfather. Yeah, that's it. The closer, Dave Chappelle. That's right, Jeff. That's what it was. So what the fuck are you bringing to the table? When you ask these women that, look at their face. They think that their pussy is the prize. Guess what? Women are outnumbered. No, men are outnumbered by women. Your pussy's not the prize. Try again. Those kids that you have is a fucking liability. You need to explain to me, not to me, but explain to the man that you want to court you, why he needs to court you when you got several kids. So let's say you have 1 kid. I just told you, 2 of my homegirls, one son is in prison, and I don't know when he's getting out. The other one's daughter, she had a fist fight, which cost her a misdemeanor. She almost lost her city job. Fucking with her daughter, trying to be a parent. So now let's say someone wanted to date her, and let's say the daughter was still living there. He's supposed to come in and deal with that shit? Sorry, try again. And then when a man says, you know what, you're cool in the game, but I want my own family. I want a woman with no kids. Oh, why you a woman with kid bashing? No, I want a woman that's not, 5'5" and a certain amount of weight. And I like my women lighter. Oh, why you fat shaming, your body shaming? No, why is it okay for you to have standards, but I can't have standards? Why? That shit ain't fair. But this is what men have been dealing with all this time. All this time, we've been dealing with that shit. Huh. Word up, sir. Yeah, we gotta watch the seeds, man. Ladies, if you don't know, it is so easy for us to get laid. I mean, it's easier for y'all to get laid. When I say it's easy for men to get laid, usually it involves us coming out of pocket. It's easy for y'all to get laid. I'm guaranteeing you, ladies, y'all can look in your phone right now, and there's about maybe 5 dudes you can call right now that if they won't come to your house right now and smash off the whim, they'll be at your house in the morning. It's easy for y'all. Men, I'm gonna be very frank with y'all. Listen, and Kevin Samuels has spoke about this. We might have to pay for it. We might, depending on the guy, there might be a couple of women in the phone where it's like, hey man, listen, you want to do this? There might be some women that be like, hey man, okay, why not? If you're that kind of guy. But if you're not, there's options. I'll just say that. And it might involve some money, but watch this though. That man would rather exercise that option. It might cost him maybe, let's say it costs him about a couple of $100, $200, just to smash a chick, and she shuts up, she fucks, she gets out, she goes about her business, he gets a nut off, and he's good for the next week or so. He can get up and go to work with a clear head because he got that nut out. You know what he don't have to deal with? Your fucking mouth or your goddamn kids running around, bothering him. You got to pay to play. Now, of course, no man wants to deal with that shit all their life. Eventually, they want a wife. But what's the problem? You have to find something to suit your needs, right? So why is it wrong for a man to have standards? But all these women got these standards. Bullshit, man. I call bullshit on it. Sensei said, wise man can associate a womb as beginning and end. It can bring forth life and drive you to your grave. Womb to the tomb. That's a true statement right there. That's a true statement. Now, I know a lot of women think that Samuels was hard on them. Again, you ain't gotta like the message. Prove it wrong. Prove it wrong. Diana Brand said the fact is God made man for a woman and woman for men. The problem is nobody wants to understand each other, and unfortunately, the moral decline with each generation. Yes. I just saw this video where a grandfather had to go into the school and spaz on the teacher. He said, "Why the fuck did you put my grandson in a fucking dress?" And she said, "Well, you can't talk to me. You got to talk." He says, "No, you the one that did it. I'm talking to you." And these kids were like kids. They weren't even I think they were about maybe 5 years old or so. No teacher's going to walk up to my grandson or my nephew saying, "Are you all right? Do you feel like a girl today? It's okay. Wear the dress. Do you feel like wearing this dress?" No. I'm telling you, no. He don't make that decision until I feel he's of age. If he's like that when he gets older, then he can convey that message and he can do what he wants when he's older. But when he's living under my roof at 5 years old, I'm not enabling that. Because you know why? If you raise someone as a woman or raise them as a girl, if you raise a boy as a boy and a girl as a girl, when they get older, they make that decision. That's just what it is. Because in their heart, they're saying, "Yo, look, I'm going to conform right now because I'm young." And it's shunned upon right now. But I know who I am when I get older. You can't make no one gay, just like you can't make anyone straight. But what you can do is warp them by making them believe what it is. It's called molding. They were raising kids as terrorists. We saw videos of that when we was in the police academy. 10-year-olds talking about, "When I grow up, I want to blow up the World Trade Center." This kid was dead serious, taking apart an M16 at 10 years old. I'm like, yo, 10 years old, I was playing with He-Man and Skeletor and shit. He's taking apart an M16, talking about when he gets older, he wants to blow up the World Trade Center. It's called molding. How do you unmold that? When that kid gets 18, he thinks everything in America is bad and he wants to blow the shit up because it's a sin against Allah. You catch him before he blows something up and you interviewing him. You send him to a therapist, and the therapist says, "Yo, look, he's been raised to think that we're infidels. And everything, we stand against everything he believes in that Quran. That's why he's trying to blow us up. And he really thinks that those bombs on his body that didn't go off was going to send him to a place where he have 13 virgins and a goat." How do you unprogram that? People really believe that shit. You understand? Night Train, salute. You see? And these are the people, and as you can see, Night Train is no young man. And Kevin Samuels is not a therapist, but sometimes listening to somebody some things will click and it'll help. He wasn't a therapist. He spoke from a place of logic, and not everybody agreed with him. But you know how many people did agree with him? You know how many people he helped get married? You know how many people are in mourning right now because of this loss that actually sat in tears? I didn't know the brother personally, but I knew someone who knew someone who knew someone that had access to him. And I said, look, I ain't ready to be, rubbing elbows with anybody. And, look, let me just do my thing and, along those lines. And, when the time is right, maybe, look forward to it. But I don't want to, I don't want to do that. That's just how I am. Pay my dues. I didn't run up here and start shouting LDBC because it was just a cool thing to do. I came in, I said, look, brothers, I support you. I support what you're doing. I'm starting my own boxing channel. I hope y'all enjoy it. And I left it alone. And then people started to notice. And then one day, I reached out. I reached out to 78 and he responded, and we've been talking ever since. That's the kind of person I am. I associate my people with a proper cause. I associate with people of like mind that have a cause that I see just. I don't just want to join the party to be waving pom-poms when everyone's having a good time, because you don't know who's crazy. That's why, when things like the LDBC first started, everybody was hooting and hollering. It was a great thing, but you had to weed out the bad ones, the bad seeds. And then you find out this person was here because they had another agenda. And what do I say? Time reveals all truth. They weed themselves out. That's what I'm saying. Nobody got kicked out the LDBC. People have removed themselves. And look at them now. Look at them now. I ain't gonna get into it. But if you've been here long enough, you know who you see and you know who you don't see anymore. And if you've seen them pop up on other channels, you already know what time it is. You have to have been around for a long time to understand what happened. And every time an LDBC name comes up, watch their tone. I'm listening to this one motherfucker. I'm like, yo, this nigga, he knows we ain't do nothing to this. He knows we ain't do nothing to him. We ain't do nothing. And guess what? We took the high road and we ain't say nothing to him. And what happened? He fucked himself. And unknown to y'all, he fucked himself again about a month ago. I ain't even going to get into all of that. Rasul, what up? He fucked himself twice. So the little clique he did have outside of the LDBC, he fucked them. And they flipped on him. So you ain't got to lift the finger, man. So all these motherfuckers that are laughing about this loss at a black man, don't even get me started, man. A black man? You just ask these clowns, how did he harm the black community? How did he harm the black community? You don't sit back and generate. This man was a millionaire. You don't generate the empire that he made. Mike James, salute. You don't generate the empire that he accumulated over time of his hard work by harming the community. His success is purely based off of people showing him more love. His success wasn't based off of hate. Go back and look at the women that tried to debate him and look what happened. How he killed them with logic. I'll give you a prime example, and I've said this. I've been saying this for over 2 decades. This term high value man, I've learned that it came from him. That term high value man. It's like in boxing, A side, B side. The first time we heard that was from who? Floyd Mayweather. It's been around for a while. But Floyd is a person that made it popular. So this term high value man, he put a definition to it. I said, oh shit, that's dope. So then all these women calling up, yeah, I deserve a high value man. And all he did was say, well, why do you deserve one? Because I'm loving and I'm this and I'm that. He said, no. And then you find out upon a 20-minute conversation, these women don't even know how to be women. They don't even know how to be wives. They don't want to cook. They don't want to rub their husband's feet. They don't want to give him space. You want a high value man. Let me explain something to you. High value men, their craft comes first, which makes them high value. Because why? That craft that they excel at, that thing that's making them that strong six figures, and those people that he's around, his peers that are also making that money, that recognize him as a high value man, he's working more than 40 hours a week. And what's the first thing these women say? He has to show me love. He's showing you love by paying for this big ass house you living in. God damn it. The least you could do is make him a meal. The least you could do is rub his feet. The least you could do is give him sex when he wanted. The least you could do is step out of the way when the game is on. He come home on a Saturday night, yo, man, the game's on. Let me watch the game. Give me my space. He's supposed to be a millionaire and bust his ass in the world all day and still have time for you when you want it. It's called sacrifice. That's a sacrifice. You got yourself a high value man. Now get the fuck out the way. Now, mind you, a majority of these women want this high value man. Meanwhile, a lot of them got kids already. And then when he would ask, why aren't you married to the father? Oh, he was toxic. Huh? Did you know that before or after you laid up with him? Or after he wasn't ready to be married? Who determined that? You or him? And this high value man is supposed to swoop in and take care of you and your kid? And meanwhile, unless baby daddy's dead, he's still around. Now, ask me this. What man wants to put up with that? Now, mind you, if a man don't want to put up with that, why is that wrong? You made the choice of having a child out of wedlock. You ain't say you was divorced. And that's another thing. These women, they're the ones filing for fucking divorce. All the single ladies. Did Beyonce say I'm divorcing this man? I'm divorcing Big Lip Jay-Z. No. She spit the kid out, beautiful kid, and they're still Bonnie and Clyde. They're worth $1 billion joint. You're bugging. She's not walking away from that. But she sat up there and told y'all, put a ring on it, right? All my single ladies, and it was put a ring on it. What? Uh-oh. Y'all the same hood rat bitches that partied to DMX when he said, it's so good, it's all right, fuck all day, fuck all night. Listen to the lyrics of that song. I knew women that knew the words to every last one of those songs. That was y'all anthem. Fuck y'all talking about. All of these things. You're the one for me. I know that you're somebody else's guy. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all been bred to be trifling. It's in the music. It's in your behavior. Men were never the fucking problem. Y'all chose government over us. And y'all listen to these goddamn women that got millions of dollars. And it's manifesting through y'all behavior every day. We never were the problem. Men are very simple. And then when you say niggas ain't shit, we look at the niggas that you chose, and it's shocking. What do you mean? Wait a minute. This guy got kids all over the place. The kid you just spit out, he got half brothers and sisters all over New York. and 2 in Delaware that you don't know. It's like spades. How many kids you got? 4 in a possible. All of these things. And you chose a nigga that ain't shit. You gave him access to your womb. And you chose it. And then you say, well, you know, I was young. But your child's 2. It was only 24 months ago. What are you talking about? You've changed? What have you done to change? What? You ain't dating him anymore? What does that mean? Okay, so you want the next man to come in, and then you say you deserve a high value man? No, how about this? You don't deserve a high value man, and you don't look, you know, when he does the dress size, when's the last time you weighed yourself? How tall are you? Legendary shit. But then they want a high value man. How tall are you? I'm 5'5". Dress size, 16. Then he hits the tube on him. But I'm working on myself, Kevin. Okay. Scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate yourself? Can't use 7. Oh, I'm a 5. High value men date women that look like Beyonce. You just said you're 5'5" and a 16 dress, which means you're about maybe 180 pounds, 160 pounds. You're built like a fucking, you're heavy and you're bigger than fucking Eric Morales. And he's overweight right now. What the fuck? But you deserve a high value man and you have a kid? How about this? Why can't you just have an average man? And then the bitch will say, why do I have to settle? What? Listen. A high-value man will be settling for you. An average man will be settling for you. An average man, well, let's say, okay, income for a high-value man is over six figures and over, if I remember correctly. So let's say the average man is making $70,000 to $80,000 a year. That's still good. He's not starving. So you're settling for that? Why are you putting that on the brothers? And you see, these are things that Kevin spoke on. And these are things that every man in this chat, fucking, and women, we knew this. Stormy says, I'm disheartened by the loss of this visionary. When enlightenment from the voice of reason, men were so led astray, they joined in the feminist movement to ridicule of his lessons. Yes. And to put it bluntly, the dudes that are celebrating this man's loss, the loss of this man, they're a bunch of bitch-ass niggas. Seriously. They didn't hear those lyrics, bro. That's part of where they were shaking money makers. I was young. Oh, yeah. All of that stuff. Let me tell you something. You know why pimps exist? Because women allow it. Thank you. Pimps exist because women allow it. Okay? Pimps exist because women allow it. Ain't nobody clunking them over the head and saying you're doing it. And if they do it, that's called trafficking. Now, I know you see shit on the movies where the dude pulls out the blade, you know, like JD's Revenge. Stormy, we got to talk about that. That was a great movie. You know what I'm saying? Cutting bitches on the armpits. No. It's a choice, y'all. Exactly, Jose. Oh, Phenomenal Mexican. You can go to Kevin Samuels' channel. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I don't know if they're gonna take it down. I don't know what they're gonna do. His channel is worth millions, man, and this is such a big loss. But fuck the money. What I'm saying is, there's so many life lessons in all of his videos. And when I tell you he helped, I mean, he pissed a lot of women off. But the women that he pissed off, I must say, those are the ones that needed the most help. He was just talking to a woman last night, and I know that woman right now is probably like fucked up because she was a little difficult at first. But when they got done and he hit the nail on the head with her and he pointed out exactly what she was doing, you know what she said? She smiled and she said, "Thank you, Kevin. That was just last night." It's probably still up. That was just last night. Just last night. Give everyone their roses while they're here, man. This man, sometimes God chooses people to do certain things. And when they do just enough, he says, okay, we're done here. And he brings you home. And yes, he was a Christian man. A lot of people, when shit happens, they say, oh my God. They don't even know who God is. They don't know. They just say it because it's a thing to say. He was a Christian man. He knew the Bible very well. One of my favorite things he used to say, and this is something that got me slapped in my face. Maybe I'll share that story later when I was little. I was slapped in the face for saying this. Or something along these lines. Because, you know, sometimes I was one of those kids that questioned everything. And when it got to a point where I was questioning things that the minister couldn't answer, he'd get mad with me. Good night, Diana. I'll talk to you soon. The vows: honor, obey, sickness and the health, death do you part. They don't say nothing about no damn love in the Bible. They don't say anything about love in the Bible. Marriage is about duty. I've been said that. I've been saying that for damn near 30 years. And when I heard him say it, I said, man, I'm so glad I subbed to this brother. Marriage is about duty. We take care of the hard shit. We protect the village from getting raided. When we lived in the wild, a bear will come running through the goddamn village. We got to kill it, or we can get cut up or killed ourselves trying to protect who? The family. Marriage is about duty. And on the inside, while we're outside protecting y'all from the elements and the world and pillages and, you know, animals and shit, y'all supposed to be taking care of the babies and cooking the meat that we killed on the way back. That was the teamwork. Honor and obey. Sickness and in health. Love came later. Why do you think other cultures, they still have situations where, okay, the man, he has a daughter, she's now of marriage age, he has to pick the man to give his daughter away. We do a portion of that. You know, you see weddings, the father has to give away the daughter, but that comes from something, man. A man should be able to look at another younger man and see himself. Okay, I see myself in him. He was raised right, because when I was younger, I was doing things along those lines. I used to be able to take one knife and fight off a bear. This kid, I saw him fight off 2 wolves by himself with no weapon. And he did it with smarts. This guy, yeah, I think I trust him to take care of my daughter. I trust him. And then he would ask him, will you marry my daughter? And he has to say yes or no. He has to say that. But you know what else he factors in? I know, Steve L, not everyone's religious, but there's truth to what I'm saying, though. If you have a child, you want to make sure your daughter is in good hands. You want your daughter to marry a man like you, do you not? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You want your daughter to marry a man like you, or better. So if you see a dude, and it's like, wow, this guy's doing big things. I was doing that, but when I was his age, he was doing it a little better than I was doing it when he was his age. And then when you present them to your daughter, he has to know that your daughter knows how to be a fucking wife. Can she cook? Can she clean? Does she know how to keep her mouth shut? If you're stuck with something, can she contribute? Does she have her own intellect? Not whatever you wish, Majesty, but she has an opinion. Because she is one with the household. While you're outside getting it, can she, when you get it and bring it home, can she build it? Can she maintain it? You bought the house, can she keep it clean? Y'all made the baby, can she raise the baby? Instead of y'all giving the baby off to a nanny. These are things that Kevin Samuels spoke on, that we tried to speak on, but we can't speak on. You ever tried to talk to a single mother? I swear to God, these bitches know everything. You spit out a kid by yourself and that they have the answers to life. Oh, well, that depends on how you look at it. And this, and this, that. Because, you know, when my son was 5, bitch, all you did was make a mistake. And you're still learning. That's all you did. Thank you, Chris. Picasso, salute. That's the teamwork. When women be like, oh no, well, we're equal, it's a team. No, it's not. We're not equal, man. Get that shit out your mind. We're not equal. Physically, we're not equal. Mentally, we're not equal. We work different, but we compensate one another. The fuck? Shauna said Jay can't do better than Beyonce. Watch this. Who's better than Beyonce? Give me anybody that's better than Beyonce. And I bet you Jay could back her. You know why? Who's going to tell Jay no? Who's going to tell Jay no? Let's say him and Beyonce break up and he's on the dating market. He's going to have to turn bitches away. Why? Because he's Jay-Z. He's not rhyming in Brooklyn projects in the hallways anymore. He's not talking about selling drugs anymore. The Jay-Z that I grew up listening to is not the Jay-Z most people hear now. I've been listening to Jay-Z since 1988, y'all. When he used to rhyme at 100 miles an hour, when he was rhyming with a group called Original Flavor, that's how far I go back with Jay. This is not the same guy rapping today. He's rapping about something of substance now. It's intellectual. He's grown. I knew when he grown. And I don't wear jerseys. I'm 30 plus. Give me a crisp pair of jeans, nigga, button up. I said, yep. Boss. He's grown. Ain't nobody, Shauna, listen. They're not, at this point, no one's dating Jay-Z because he's a handsome dude. It's what he brings to the table. But Jay-Z, yeah, exactly, Chris, Hawaiian Sophie, him and Jazzo. That's how far back I go with Jay's. A woman will step to Jay-Z if there was no Beyonce, and she will humble herself because she knows she's securing her future with him because of what he's worth. So she's going to bring her A game and do what needs to be done to maintain that. That's duty. That's obligation. And I guarantee you, she won't be like, why are you always on tour? I need my time. She ain't going to say a fucking word of that. You know why? Because he be like, yo, you can leave. You can be replaced. Love will come later. That eventually happens. Now, we have it different now. You know, you meet someone and you date them, whatever. Oh yeah, I like you. You know, like I love. Let's get married. Okay, I get that. But that comes with knowing the person. I'm just saying, back in the day when the man gave away his daughter, that's the type of time they were on. He had to know that this man could get up, getting down. You wasn't giving your daughter away to no punk. The men get together and they go hunt once a month. We slaying bears, bucks, and we're bringing buffaloes, and we're bringing them all back. And you can get killed in the tundra. Now this young man, I worked out. We hunted with his father and his uncles, and both of them niggas did some stupid shit and got themselves killed. Is he cut from that cloth or is he different? I'm not going to trust my daughter with that because some shit pops off. If he's cut from his dickhead father and his even dumber brother, my daughter's going to fuck around and get killed or kidnapped. I need to make sure my daughter's safe. I need some good stock. Thank you, Hardbody J. Timo. Perfect. It's an action followed by emotion. Come on, man. So this guy, Kevin Samuels, left a legacy of shit. And these people don't even know it. So they can go ahead and clown and make fun or whatever. That's in poor taste. That's fine. But I think his message is going to get amplified now. You just watch in the next coming weeks. I heard they're fighting on Twitter right now, and that's okay. That's okay. His work was done, and watch. I just named some channels. And a lot of people say, oh, well, I don't like his delivery. And, oh, yeah. Guess what? What do you got to say about the women that are amplifying exactly what he's saying? But from a women's perspective, what about that? Go subscribe to Dee, D-E-E. Go subscribe to Pink Book Lessons. And there's a couple of more that I just found within the last week. These sisters are on it. If you don't want the men to be on it. Mediocre Tutorials. The Painful Excellence Podcast. I've always been on this thing. This was one of my dreams to talk about things like this. And I so happened to find Kevin. And I said, shit, this guy's, man, he's saying everything that I've been saying. And then the algorithm started. Poor Man's Podcast, another sharp brother. Man, listen. The people talking shit on social media, on Twitter, those are the motherfuckers that were in their fucking mother's basement putting their name on the goddamn milk. I ain't worried about their punk ass. PJ's Big Dog, salute. So salute to Kevin Samuels. Rest in power, brother. Your work is done. You know what I'm saying? And you've left your mark. And your message is going to be carried on loud and clear daily. Trust me, it is. There's many people that hate him. More people loved him. It reflected in his revenue. It reflected in his show when he went live. There was no less than maybe 10,000 people in there. And then he got freaky with it. Big Texas salute. He got freaky with it. He'd go live on his Instagram and there'd be another 5,000 people there. But the message is what was important. He helped more people than he did harm. And people that are running around mad at him because of something that he said, you need to look at yourself in the fucking mirror. It's ridiculous. Oh, yeah, I remember Schoolhouse Rock, The Verb, yeah. Remember the other one? I am only your bill. Exactly, Chris. They're not listening to the older ones. And guess what? Some of the older ones are giving bad advice. He exposed that shit too. And I knew that. I knew that. Yeah. Some of these women, these older women are giving these ladies, these young chicks, bad advice. Bad advice. Some of these older chicks are single mothers. So if you're giving bad advice to the younger women, what kind of advice? How they raising young men? You see these niggas shooting each other, right? I love my mama, but I hate my dad. Did y'all know Tupac didn't meet his dad until he got shot when he was in New York? You know, I think when he was at Hot 97, when he got shot, he said, dude showed up, yo, I'm his dad. And dude walked in, he said, yo, my dad's dead. And dude walked in, Pac said, yo, dude look just like me. He said, no, that's what your mama told you. And then you find out down the road that his mama thought it was in the best interest to tell her son that daddy was dead. Are y'all hearing this correctly? Yes, you are. No emphasis on the mom fucking up, though. She shouldn't have did that. But she got the song. Dear Mama. She gets the song, though. Shit like that, y'all. So he grows up with a chip on his shoulder, writing songs about his father, about why he left him and shit. But he shows up when his son was shot in the hospital, and now he had to break the news. Yo, look, I wasn't dead. But no one pressed Pac's mom about that shit. Why'd you do that? Exactly, Diana. Exactly. Imagine thinking your dad's dead. You get into an accident and some dude walks in there and you're like, he's like, I'm your dad. You're like, hold on, you can't be. But then you're looking at him, it's like, yo, it's me with a beard. But it's me. What the fuck? Mom, what the fuck? I just did a video on the stupid bitch that slapped the fuck out of her barely 1-year-old and beat her because her baby daddy didn't answer the phone because he put it on social media. He had a new girl. So she beats the kid, got pictures with her foot on the baby while the baby's crying. And then puts out a tweet after she was arrested saying, I'm being honest. I don't want this baby. I never did. I want to put it up for adoption. I left the babies with grandma right now, but she's getting old. Adoption, the baby has a child. The baby has a father. He didn't say give the baby to the father. Good night, Stormy. What the fuck are you talking about? The baby has a father. You ain't say give baby to the father. And I did say on my live, yo, man. Yeah, Diana, I so wanted to throw my name into that hat, but I don't know what state they're in Florida. But here's the thing. I don't know if the father jumped up and said, yo, give me my child. And if you adopt the child, and he's like, yeah, I don't want it. You know, if she's dysfunctional, he's dysfunctional for knocking her up. And he had to know what kind of angry hyena she was because he posted it to simply piss her off. And she got mad and almost killed her baby. And for all we know, he's like, yo, fuck it. I don't want the baby either. I told her to abort the baby. But you know how these chicks are today. Babies aren't made out of love. Oh, my God, we're bringing this child. He's going to be the next president or the next astronaut or the next whatever. It's not that it's, oh, yeah, you giving me beef? I'm pregnant. Gotcha, nigga. That's what these babies are. The gotcha nigga baby. Now, right now, that baby's young and don't really know shit. So whoever picks up this child, the child is just going to know unconditional love. The problem with adopting that baby is if you have the means, cool, do it. Because I'm not even kidding when I said, man, I want to put my name in that hat. But you know what? You'd have to deal with the father. And I don't know what kind of dude he is. Because if that was me, I'd be on the news every day like, yo, give me my child. Y'all had me paying this child support, and I told y'all she was crazy, but the government thinks that it's better for... Listen to this, y'all. The government thinks it's better for these children to be with the fucking mothers. You don't want these children around to see a man working? Do you see the problem when these black women chose the government to take care of them over the men in the house? From that all the way to, we think it's better for the child to stay with the mother. Why? Oh, the man's working. And he's in and out the house. Yeah, because he's working. How about this? I'm paying for the babysitter anyway. How about I pay for the babysitter, drop the baby off the babysitter, go to work, and then pick the child up, and I'll show the child how to be a man. If it's a boy, especially if it's a boy, and I think the little girl needs the father figure there so she can feel loved, so she doesn't grow up promiscuous. They don't see it that way. The household's destroyed. It's destroyed. You gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. And these are the things that Kevin Samuels spoke up about. How he got hate was unbelievable. He got hate from a bunch of sensitive people that were guilty of what he spoke about. Get out your fucking feelings and fix your life. Salute to the Godfather. Rest in power, man. Salute to all of you. Much love and appreciation to y'all, man. I'll be back in the morning, y'all. Talk this boxing. I don't think I'll be doing the Painful Excellence podcast tomorrow night because I don't get off work tomorrow until 1 a.m. Yeah, so you already know how that goes. But I appreciate y'all, man. We growing, man. Smash the like button. There was about 40 people in here today, man. I appreciate y'all, man. This is what we do, man. So I already know what it is. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is the Painful Excellence podcast. I see y'all in the morning. Much love. Peace.